Many of you that have been on my channel for a while know that my favorite traditional knife to carry for work has been this Rosecraft Briarpatch jack. It has two blades, a clip point, and a lamb's foot. They're the perfect blades for my everyday cutting tasks. For 2025, I determined that I would not buy very many knives. I would concentrate on quality instead. And one of the things that I wanted to do is find another knife similar to this that's American made, made in the USA, to a higher standard than Rosecraft. Rosecrafts are great knives. They're built excellent. So what I'm asking is a tall order. Also, these equal-ended knives are my favorite. I find them the most comfortable in hand for extended use. As you can see, it's also an equal-ended knife and a very similar size to the Rosecraft. The difference is in weight. The Rosecraft is bulky, it's heavy with the stainless steel liners and the integrated stainless steel bolsters. You can see how thick they are. It's a lot of steel. The GEC has brass liners, and you can see they're a lot thinner. The bolsters are thin too, nickel silver. This weighs less than the stainless steel setup on the Rosecraft. So this knife is a little thinner, it's more slender, and it doesn't weigh as much. And you notice that difference in the pocket. To me, this is a grail knife. If I could only keep one traditional knife out of all the ones that I have, it would be this knife right here. This is in TDU form, so there's nothing fancy about this knife. It's just perfection in an EDC knife for my needs. Let's take a look at the difference between these two. First, we have the clip point blade. They are a very similar length. The Rosecraft has just slightly more cutting edge, where the GEC has slightly more kick. Overall, the blade length is the same on both knives. The handle on the GEC is just a hair longer than the one on the Rosecraft, but as you can see, it's narrower this way, and it's also narrower this way. It's not as thick. Now, the main difference between these two blades is that the Rosecraft is taller and the GEC is a little bit more slender. They're both excellent clip point blades and will get the job done equally as well. See, Great Eastern Cutlery, Titusville, PA. TDU Cutlery, made in USA. There you can see the blade etch. No half stops on this. Good snap. Now let's take a look at the other blade. These two blades are even closer. You have the lamb's foot on the Rosecraft and this beautiful Warren Cliff on the GEC. The cutting edge is just about exactly the same, and the GEC still has slightly more area in the kick. I really like knives that have a good kick. If you have a good kick, you can place your finger there, and there's no way that that knife is ever going to close on you and cut you. So if you're doing an application where you're pushing and you're piercing into something, you can always grip the knife like this. I really like having that option. Another difference between these two is on the Rosecraft, the blade's canted down some. And on the GEC, it's straight. You can see the number, 538209, so it's a 53 pattern knife. 8 would be the clip point as the main blade, 2 blades, and 09, this was made in 2009. Titusville Ironworks. Here you can see the blade etch on the Warren Cliff, Great Eastern Cutlery, number 1 of 50. Right there, you can see on that bolster it's stamped number 17. So this is 17 out of 50. This is supposed to be green bone. It looks a little bit more brown to me than green, but I guess you can see a little bit here around the edges. The jigging is done nicely. It gives a good secure grip in the hand. This knife feels excellent in the hand. It is very comfortable. I have always liked these equal-ended knives. They're unsurpassed in comfort for my hands. This knife has been used. You can see some fine scratches on the bolsters. It's only been used just a little bit and not abused. Whoever had this knife really took care of it. Since 2025 has started, I had purpose to buy quality over quantity. So every couple of weeks, I'll show you a new GEC until I get to the end of my collection. It's not many. I've only gotten 4 or 5 of them so far. So every month and a half to 2 months, I can get another one. And it's been much more rewarding, much more satisfying, and I get a high quality knife that I know is built right. It's not like buying a case or buying a Rough Rider or many of the other brands that are roughly the same price. Recently I reviewed the new Queens, which are made by Baron Son, and they're excellent, but they're still nowhere near what these GECs are. So if you're going to buy 2 cases or 3 cases, I think you're better off waiting. At least this is the point where I am in my collection. Better off waiting and saving up, and every month and a half or 2 months, get a more expensive, higher quality knife. And that's the direction my collection is going in 2025. That's going to be it for this one. We'll see you next time.